And those days, to me, they were just like rude boys. They're very, I mean, their mouth is just, censor is X-rated stuff. I mean, every 2 words. But then you realize that, what they were saying underneath all of that is that they did not want to be oppressed. They were not going to be fooled. They're not going to be fobbed off. Too many things are untold. Things have to come out, and all the repression. I realize that, with the energy and the voice that they have, all they need is that little help. And if you got behind them, because they wanted it, they'll go all the way. So we used the camera, we take it with us from time to time. We took it to Cane River Falls, and some of the footage just shot inside the house at 56 Hope Road, Kingston, Jamaica, which is now the Bob Marley Museum. Rehearsals, we got some of him rehearsing, them rehearsing in the rehearsal room. So I was there for the first rehearsal. Peter sang first a love song. Years later, he would say he would never sing any more love songs. And Bob sing, I think I asked him to sing Long Time, No, We Don't Have No Nice Time. That's Bob and I when we were very young in Trinidad as Chris Blackwell's guest, going around the islands. It's a self-portrait on a timer. There's 2 shots from that moment. Here was a young man, a group of young people with very strong conviction, strong personality, not unlike myself. Bob and I were very similar. This was done in 73, after we came back from Trinidad. A human moment, I call it, because the taxi broke down. Bob got out of the car and started to, there's 2 shots of this. He picked up the tire and he started to help the man to change the wheel. And I just thought, here's this guy, and he thought he wasn't big enough, and he went out there to help a fellow human being. And I just found that so amazing and so human and unaffected. Bob under the mango tree, this is what I call his office. Underneath this mango tree, they would all take refuge when the sun got really hot. Bob used to call this his office because he said, if you sit behind a desk, a man sitting behind a desk can con you in every kind of way. So if Chris wanted to have a meeting with him, he'd have to have it under the mango tree. He wouldn't go inside the house. He didn't want to have the meeting inside the house. And this is Bob after that shot of him going out to Helcher with the taxi man. I shot that of him, and it's a lovely picture of him because he's wearing his covenant, as he calls his red, gold, green and gold tam. He hasn't got much locks, as you can see. He's just coming. Later on, he ran on the beach, and I took shots of him. To me, they were like a revolutionary voice. Knowing, because they were very political, although they pretend that they were not. I mean, Bob said that I'm not interested in politics, but his whole life was taken up with that. Political, but they decide to use the music, as their weapon, really. As their weapon, to speak for the people, for the less fortunate, the ones that are forgotten. Musical revolutionaries.